Hello and welcome to the Redstone Guide 6 video. In this video and the next 3 videos, we're going to be talking about comparators. These are a device that many people, even those that have been playing Minecraft for a while, really don't understand how to use and the many uses for them. So we're going to be talking about a lot of different ways it works and common things we can do with them to make our lives easier in Minecraft. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how comparators generate power from chests and from other containers. So things like furnaces, brew stands, hoppers, minecarts with hoppers and chests, a dropper, and a dispenser. So the first thing to understand is that if you have nothing in a chest and a comparator facing outward from the chest, it'll never generate any power. This would be off. There'd be no power. As long as you have at least one item, it can be one single piece of dirt, it'll generate at least one power. So we can see I just have a single stone and I get one power. Now with chests and many other items, how much power it generates depends on how full it is, and this can get very complicated because it treats things like stacks of stone as different things from, say, something that cannot be stacked. And so this gets a little bit tricky, but the best way to understand it is that as long as you start filling up certain spots completely, that's how it will know how much power it generates. And so the basic formula, this is not 100% precise, but this is the basic formula, is that for every 2 stacks or every 2 squares you fill up inside of a single chest, you'll get one more amount of power. So we can see at least one item, we get 1 power. If we get at least 2 stacks, we get 2 power. If we get 4 stacks, we get 3 power. If we do 6 stacks, we get 4 power. And if we do 8 stacks, we get 5 power. So for every 2 stacks, you get 1 power in a normal chest. And this works out because, remember, the maximum amount of power you can generate on anything is 15. And we have 27 spots, and so what it does is it takes 27, divides it by 15, and then does some math based on if you're using stacks or items or some other objects that can't always stack up to 64. It's complicated, but for the most part, as long as you fill in these things completely, for every 2 you fill in, it'll drain 1 power, all the way up to 15. If you have nothing inside, you get 0, and the most you can generate with a completely full chest is 15. You'll know that that's different for certain things that can't hold that many stacks. So furnaces, droppers, brew stands, and hoppers, they have a different ratio of things. You can experiment and find out how it works. How many things you have to put in before you'll get a full signal put out. And you can see here, so here's 8 non-stackable items. I'm still getting 5 power. And you see I just have 8 swords. So even though I only have 1 item in that slot, it counts as a full stack of stone. So it's just that entire square is used up, and it thinks that's important to itself. With double chest, it's the same thing, only now you need to do 4 stacks for each point of power, I believe. So let's see here. So we have 4 stacks, and we get 2. So that is right. Yeah. So it's 4 stacks is 2 power, whereas 2 stacks is 2 power on a typical chest, and it goes up by that. So you have to basically double the amount that you fill up because you have double the amount of space. So that is how you generate power with a comparator. Comparator is facing away with the single little redstone tip pointing away. That's where the power is going to come out. And it's then backed up right next to the object you want to check how full it is. Alright, pretty basic stuff. Alright, so join me for the next video on the compare and subtract functions of a comparator.